because that's what she told me to say.
You spoke my words, Joe.
No, we shouldn't laugh really, but that's our show.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Right, so welcome everybody back to our.
I'm back in the dark again, ain't I?
Yeah.
God.
Don't worry about it. It'll
No,
sort
it's still there, that white mark there.
Yeah, it's when you're moving your screen, there's something what's glaring on it. That's what it is.
I wonder what this is on my face, though.
Don't know.
Big spot growing.
The
That's-
beauty spot, Ellen.
It's a witch's mole. A
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, at least it's not an end of a nose.
Yeah.
Only for
I'll
now.
be back in a minute. Carry on without me.
Yeah, okay,
Run.
no problem. Right, I mean, I don't know whether Stuart, were you in last time when we did development class? I can't remember. Did
No.
you do mine last time?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think you did you? I think you did Jill's.
No.
Well, you might have done.
Yeah. No, not yours. I've done Jill's,
okay.
but
Right, okay, then just so I know where to start with it, that's all. Carrie Ann, you've not done it, have you? No. We'll start right back at basics then for now. And obviously the ones what are joining, what haven't joined yet, can watch this back. So we'll start from basics. So obviously you did 6 weeks, well, you did more than 6 weeks, but the 6 weeks basics with Jill, which was grounding and protecting first and chakras. So we're going to talk about that tonight. So what we do here is we cover what Jill's covered first, but in depth. So we go more into it, and we sort of iron out anything what you may have come up, i.e. problems. Anything what excuse me, you know, what you might have developed, what comes up and you don't know how to deal with it. So we're going to talk about that first. A lot of you what are here, what have already done it, will already know. You've done it, but we're just going to go back through it anyway. So this will be interesting actually, because I'm going to throw some questions out to people, see how much they've actually learned from last time. So this will be good. So this will be quite good. It refresh your memories as well. Right, okay, so we're going to talk about grounding and protecting. So obviously we know that when we're working with spirit, we always ground and we always protect. Now I am going to throw this out there, and I'm going to say to you that I am old school. And if you go anywhere else to do mediumship or to learn different things, you will probably find that they do it in a different way. Now, there is what they call a new age mediumship, but I am old school. So what I'm going to do is tell you both sides. So what I'm going to say to you is, it's down to you as an individual person to decide which side you want to go on. Whether you want to stick with the old school or whether you want to do the new age. It's entirely up to you where you go with it. Now, I'm a big believer, in if something's not broken, why fix it? You know, and if it works, then it works. But I'd like to know who actually writes the rules, you know, and makes all these new things. So firstly, what the new age say is that we don't need to ground and we don't need to protect. Because we're working with the light, and anything what's in the spirit world is pure love. It's all energy based and it's all divine, you know, the divine light. Yes, I get that. I do get that. But so what they're trying to say is that we don't need it because it is solely, you know, just love, basically. Now, if you are a person what has a bit of an overthinking mind and you think, yeah, but what if, you know, what if there is something what just creeps in? Now, what I'm going to say to you is, we ground and protect, but we ground and protect not, you know, so it keeps evil things away. There isn't evil in the spirit world. I get that. But what it does, it protects you from other people's negative energies. And basically that's what it's about, because spirit, not every spirit what will come forward has been a pure saint while they're down here. They will have done some things what are on a negative vibration. So we protect our energies from picking up that. Right. So it takes literally seconds. Once you get into it fully, it takes literally seconds just to put yourself, you know, put your grounding and your protection in place. So to me, and if you're a person, what is that, just that tiny little bit, what's an overthinker, or will think, yeah, but what if this, or what if that, then I'm going to say to you, I would go with the old school, because it will keep you right. And for the sake of a couple of seconds to do it. But if you're on a positive 100% and you know 100% that nothing's there, nothing can get in, nothing can harm you, blah, 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 you know, then that's fine. You know, I mean, there is lower vibrations and things like that. So to me, I would stick with the grounding and protecting, but it's each to their own again. So I'll put that out there. So it's up to you which way you want to go with that. Right. Now I'm going to throw just a question out here. Where are we? I'm going to start with Shirley Worley. Right, Shirl, can you tell us why do we ground and why do we protect? Yeah. What are the, you know, the benefits from that?
One is why we ground is to stop anything negative coming in.
Yep.
And
That's
the
why
other,
we protect, don't we? But I'm
and
talking
the other
ground.
one is
Why do
to
we
make
ground?
sure
Why
to make
do
sure
we
that we
ground
put
ourselves?
that we are firmly grounded and put the right protection around us as well. So
Yeah, but why do we put the grounding? Why do you see the roots coming from your feet? So what does grounding actually do?
well, that the grounding actually now let me get this one right, because when you ground it, you ground yourself to open yourself up.
Yeah.
So that's where you see the light coming in, and then
It more or less centers yourself. It centers,
yeah,
it centers, because when we're working with energy, you know, you can be up in cuckoo land and you feel as though you're floaty, and or you can go a little bit dizzy, or you know, things like that. So we ground ourselves so that we're down here, your feet stay flat on the floor. Yeah. So it takes seconds, like I say. Now, people what do read and what do work with energies will understand, and you will know whether you're not grounded or not. You know, and I think you've all come to learn now, you know, like it's, oh shit, I forgot to ground myself. And you realize that very quickly, you know, when you're sort of floaty, or you kind of do feel that little bit of head rush or something, you think, oh, I'm not very grounded here, I need to ground myself a bit. Right. Now, when I talk about when I say to you we're going to go a little bit deeper with it, what I want to say is, like, if you're grounding and you protect you've done your grounding and you're protecting, and you do not feel that you've done it, you know, correctly, or you're still feeling, you know, that you're still not right, what would you do then, Ellen?
Ask my spirit guide to ground me,
Yeah.
put some to ground me, put some protection in,
Yeah.
or I'd quickly just put a cloak of protection around me.
Right. And this is my next part, what I want to bring in. Because there is other methods. If you're stood, you know, usually the basics is when you're grounding and protecting yourself, and I'll say to you, right, we'll see roots coming from the soles of your feet going into the ground. Yeah. So, and then the roots from your feet wrap around the earth's core, right deep into the soil. Right. Now, not always will that work. Now, some people will add extra because they need it. If you've got a forceful spirit with you, or a very powerful, or because some spirit what come through can like overpower you, you know, they can be really overpowering with their energies. So therefore they want to sort of knock your grounding off out of sync. So then we have to up it. We have to up that protection. Yeah. So then what we would do Some mediums will stand on a platform, a piece of wood, or they'll have a tray of sand. They'll do anything just to make sure that they are. Some people call it extreme. I've even seen people stood on books. Stood on books and things, because it's obviously paper and it's all extra. So that's one way you could do that. So you could do that. When it comes to the protection, I think again, Ellen's just come out with a point there. The normal procedure when we're opening, when we're doing our grounding. Yes, Sharon Cole protects her shoes off. Yeah, that's it. Some people do. My mum used to work bare feet. It's whatever you feel comfortable with, and if it helps you feel more grounded. But like going back to the protection, a cloak. Imagine a cloak. Wrap that around you. Now, there's a lot of different other ways as well. So, Karen, can you tell me another one, please?
You could imagine yourself in a suit of armor with a shield in front of your solar plexus.
Yeah.
Just take that little bit extra
Very good, yeah,
protection.
that's a good one. I use that quite a lot.
Draw on crystals.
I use that quite a lot. Yeah, crystals
Yeah.
is a good one. So you can. These are all ideas. In what you can put there, but to start off, when you've done your grounding and protecting, basic grounding and protecting is basically that basic. So usually what we'll do is we'll visualize a bright white light coming from the crown chakra, which is just above your head. As you should all know your chakras. So we visualize that, and then what we do is we see it spiral out, so it covers your outline, your aura. Yeah, so that's the normal way to do it. And it's, if that doesn't feel enough, then what we have to do is step it up. Jill's just put their bubble. Yeah, you can visualize a big ball, and this is a good thing to do. Anybody what's an empath as well. Anybody what's an empath is also a good way, and it's to visualize a big bubble filled with white light or any color, whatever color you want to put in it. Doesn't really matter. It's still protection, and then you just visualize yourself stood in it, and that's another good way. That's a good way to do that as well. If you want to shield from, like, if you're going shopping, if you've got a negative friend or somebody what's a bit down, and you don't want to pick up from it, because we do, especially when we're working with spirit and we are working with energy base. It's very, very easy to get caught up in that. I want to be there for you, and you don't realize it's not till later that you realize it's like, oh my God, I've picked up all that, and your shoulders are laden down. So there's a lot of different ways. Ask Sheila, yeah, that's a good one. Archangel Michael to help. So the first protocol for me would be, right, you call your spirit team forward, you call your guide in, right, I'm not very grounded, I don't feel very protected, can you step it up? And they will usually, give you that extra. They will usually give you that extra protection, and it's basically straightforward. So there is quite a few different aspects you can do with that. So what I'm going to say to you, tonight is to try different methods. Try different methods when you are, grounding and protecting, and see which feels right for you. Because if you are still a little bit floaty, once you've done it, you know that it's not right. Yeah, so just go back and think, right, well, I'll add something. I'll ask my guide, or I'll ask Archangel Michael, or I'll use a crystal, hold a crystal in my hand, or, I'll use a coat of armor, or I'll put myself in the bubble. These are all added things you can use, so it's quite straightforward, really, and it is easy. So we are going to whiz through this tonight, because we don't go too deep with this one, because we don't need to. It's more or less, there's not a lot else you can do apart from that. So it is straightforward. So if you practice the different ways, I mean, the ones who's been already done it will understand, and maybe, can I just ask, does any of you do any extra when you're grounding and protecting? Do you add anything else now, or is the simple way just enough? Or
I
do you,
always put the white light around me as we open the chakras, but then I always do add my cloak afterwards.
Yeah.
I've always done
always
that.
do
Yeah.
that, right? Okay, so that's
Yeah.
your way.
Mm.
And you've never had any problems or issues?
Sometimes I have. Sometimes I sort of think, oh, if the sort of spirit comes a bit too close and they sort of make me feel hot and
Yeah.
get into my,
I don't think we'll ever stop that though.
won't we?
I don't think you can ever put a cap on that, because I am absolutely stripping off when spirit come close.
I think that's the norm with me at the moment. I just sort of think, oh, I know when spirit are coming in, because I think, oh
Exactly.
God,
Because
I've
you
got-
get that feeling, don't
Yeah.
you? You just
Mm.
know.
Mm.
I'm on fire. Some people go cold. Some people are opposite scale. Some
No,
people
I'm
get
not.
really, really cold, and they say, oh, I know when spirit's close because I'm freezing. And I'm like, well, I'm opposite.
I'm-
Okay, me, I'm boiling. I'm really melting.
I'm saying,
Feel different changes in temperature as the different energies come in and out.
Yeah, that's right. And for me, you see, well, as we go along the line and we talk about what our signs are, what our symbols are and things like that. To me, if I get a cold energy coming in, I know that's negative. So because I work with heat, with spirit, if I get one what's a little bit cold or a little bit off, and I think, aye, I've got somebody cold coming in here, so what's that about? So it's usually not, and I wouldn't say an evil. It's nothing evil about it. It's just that they've done something negative.
Yeah, it just when I get that, it makes me feel wary in my gut.
Yeah, and you feel it in there as well.
And I start asking them more questions as to why you're making me feel like this.
Yeah, that's right. So there'll be a reason. There's always a reason why. When you get your signs and you start to work with spirit, you'll straight away, get your calling cards. To start with, calling cards are important. But I mean, again, that's a different class. Calling cards are a different class. Have you seen? Hang on, Nick, what's that? Jill or Cheryl, have you seen live on Spirit Vision? Has somebody posted one, do you mean, Nick? Can you just have a check, Jill, please? I don't know what Nick means by that, and I don't think she can talk, because I think she's busy at the minute. Cheryl's just nipped in shower, so she won't.
The psychic community, someone posted Roy or Troy or someone like that.
Roy Taylor, he was on that with that medium that came on Friday night, that Emma Jane.
Right.
That Roy Taylor was part of hers and is now just posted a live.
Right, just delete it then, Jill, but they're not allowed, and that's that. Right, it's gone. Right, thank you, Nick. I didn't, obviously, because I'm in here, I've not had notifications come up. Right, where were we? Let me just let Lou in.
Can we stop that spirit coming forward?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we were talking about. Are you all right, Lou? Right, we have obviously started, but it is being recorded, so you can watch it back. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thank
Not
you.
really this much, to be fair. We're just talking about grounding and protecting.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're just talking about when we first start to ground and protect, and if it's not enough, then what do we do? And things like that.
Yeah.
So this is where we're up to at the minute.
Okay,
So
perfect.
we
Thank
talked
you.
about that we can ask your guide to help, or you can put a cloak of protection, just visualize a cloak round you, or you can hold a crystal, or you can ask Archangel Michael, or you can wear a suit of armor. But it is being recorded, so like I say, you can watch it back.
Excellent. Thank you, Beth.
Yeah, so we're just up to the part now, I think, where you will get your calling cards when spirits start to come in. It's the energy. It's feeling, the different energies. You know, I work with heat, some people work with cold, and vice versa. So we're just up to that part at the minute.
Okay.
Right. So have we got any questions on grounding or protecting and things like that before we move on to the next bit? Or are we all right with that?
No.
Yeah. Right. Okay. The ones what's not done my class before, have you got any questions, Stuart, Lou, or Kerry Ann? Are you all-
Yeah, I think I'm all up to date so far, but yeah, I've missed that first part, but I'll just PM you or something if I've got any questions, if okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Right. Excellent, thank you.
But we will keep going over it, you know, so don't be scared. If you've got a question, you know, just ask.
Thank you.
Got a lot here what's done this class before, so if you have got a question, if you want to throw it out, and I'll get one of them to answer you. We'll see what they've learned, eh? What do you reckon, Jill? Jill's on mute.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you see? Love it when a plan comes together. Did you have a particular question, Lou?
Not really, I don't think. Well, I can't think at the moment, to be fair. Sorry, I've still got the wee man running about.
Okay, don't worry about
But
it.
I've
That's
just
fine
been-
then.
Thank
If you
you.
have any, just shout up.
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, right then. So obviously that's your grounding and your protecting. It's there's not a really lot we can talk about where that's concerned, as long as you know the basics. And like I said, that's just thrown me straight off. Then I don't know what's happened there.
Sorry, I've got a quick question, Beth.
Right, go on then.
See, before like you do the grounding, could you ask for your guide to come in and give you a help?
Yeah,
Because that's
Yes, you
usually
can.
what I do. I don't know if I've been doing it right, but I think I am.
right. Can I just
Yeah, I'm
say to you,
getting
Lou,
stronger.
that there is. In fact, I'm not. I'm going to throw this question out. Right, Kat, you can answer this one.
Okay.
So what she wants to know is, before she grounds and protects herself, she asks a guide, you know, she asks for help to do it. So
Yeah.
is that right thing?
Well, I always ask them to come forward anyway. I think it does not make any harm anyway. So I think it's really good, to be honest. I always ask them for help and they're really keen to help us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, because I lost focus quite a lot and I find it really, really hard. So I usually call on my guide to give me a hand. Then it's like I go through a wee guided meditation in a sense. And I got on a lot easier that way. So I was like,
yeah,
well,
it's
that
whatever
to
you
me it's
are
working.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
You know,
Is that-
there's no right way and there's no wrong way. You know, it's whatever you're comfortable doing, you know, Lou. So, you know, some people, like I said, because of the new age mediumship, some don't even do anything, which I teach old school. So what I do is I teach you both sides of the coin.
Mhm.
So it's entirely up to yourself, you know, whether you follow it or you diss it. You know, you can do one or the other with that.
Mhm.
You know, but if you feel it's right to do something when you're doing it, do it. Because there's
Yeah.
no right or wrong way with it. What will
Excellent.
work for one person will not work for somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. So it's all about, we're all individual, aren't we? We're all unique. We're all unique individuals. Although we're on the path, we might be on the same path and get into the same result or whatever, but everybody will get there a different route.
Yeah. Mine seems to be a lot different. I've noticed so far. I'm struggling because I struggle with concentrating for so long. It's like I'm only doing these snippets. So I'm like learning now to, instead of starting again, being able to catch up where I've left off. But now it's just like I'll be like that to my guide, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything? And I'm getting there, but there's a lot of work obviously on myself.
Yeah. But don't panic over it. You know, just, this
Mhm.
journey is supposed to be enjoyable. It's supposed to be an enjoyable journey.
Yeah.
So, you know, have fun doing it.
Yeah, see, I pick up more when I'm not concentrating. See, like if I'm It's like the wee whispers or whatever, I could hear them, but as soon as I concentrate on them, they're gone.
As soon as you
See,
do,
that's
and this is another thing as well, and we do a class on that. As soon as it's like if you see something out the corner of your eye
Yeah,
and you turn your head, it's gone.
yeah,
So what you've got to do is ignore it. You've just got to know it's there, but don't acknowledge it. If you know, acknowledge it in your mind, but don't
Yeah.
turn and look at it, because as soon as you do that, it'll just gone. So
okay.
you've got to kind of say, right, I know you're there, but I'm not going to focus on it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and then work from that. So it's same as when you hear your name being called,
Yeah,
you know, or you can hear whispers or whatever. You can
Yeah,
say,
hear that.
right,
mhm,
you know, I know I've got somebody with me, so I'm not going to stress over it. You know, who is it? What do you want?
yeah,
Yeah. So as
Yeah.
soon as you put that focus on it, then we start
Mhm.
stressing because it's gone.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So the thing is not to stress over it.
yeah. It's
Or
just,
if they're giving it you, say to them, right, I missed that. Can you give it me again?
yeah, I might try that one actually, because
You know,
It
I
just
missed that.
goes
Give it
out
me
of the
again. Or if
mhm,
you're not quite getting it, can you give it me? Can you give me that, but in a different way?
yeah,
Try that.
perfect. Thank you,
Yeah. No, you're welcome.
thank you.
Right. Okay. So we're going to move on to chakras now. Again, chakras are a massive topic. They really are a massive topic, and we have a lot of chakras in our body, in our chakra system, but we only work with the main 7. We only work with the main 7. If you want to incorporate the rest of them, you can do. But what I would say is I would just stick to the first 7 to start with, you know, because they're the main ones what will get you up and running. So there is a lot with them. Now, again, where am I going to throw this one? Let me see. Who's not answered a question yet? Gillian. Right.
Trying to hide there, yeah.
Right, Gillian. Right, okay. So we've all learnt about chakras. We've all done, you know, the chakras. We've learnt the colours. We've learnt the locations, and we've learned, you know, what they're for. Yeah. Right. Now, my question to you is, if you've opened your chakras, yeah, you've opened your chakras up, and you don't feel like they're open, what do we do?
Ooh, I'd ground myself again, and I'd do a little bit of a check, and I'd see if they were cleansed and they were working properly for a start. And if they were, I'd have another go. And if that failed, I'd ask my spirit team to step in.
Yeah, very good answer. Yeah, that's right. You would do that. Now, my next question, Ellen, I'm going to give to you. And just bear with me a minute, because I thought of it and now it's gone straight out my head because I was saying, Ellen, oh, what was my question? Jill, if you've got any, just chuck them in. Just feel free to join in. Just chuck them in. There were something. Right. Okay. Right. If you know when you're opening your chakras, Ellen, yeah. When you're opening them and you're closing them, right? What happens if you can't see them? What do we do then?
What if you can't see your chakras?
Yeah, you know, like when
Mine-
you're opening them or closing them, and you can't visualize, or you know, you can't see
I
them in your
set the
mind. What do you do?
intention. I'm not very good at sort of seeing my chakras anyway, but mine's all intention, and I trust that they're open.
Yeah.
So I go all through them, and I say my chakras are now open, and that is, I trust that they open.
Very
Is that-
good. Well done. That's the answer I wanted. Right. Not everybody will see.
I don't see my
Not
chakras.
everybody will. No, and this is what I'm saying. Not everybody will. Not everybody will do that. I find it very difficult to visualize. You know, so, but it's all, everything we do on this path when it comes to working with the spirit world is and your guides and everything else is all intention based. It is all intention. Now, if you've got a notebook and a note, you know, a pen and a notepad, if you want to write notes down, you feel free to write them down. I want you to have a journal, and I want you to see where we start off, because in a few weeks' time, I'm going to say to you, get your journal and have a look how far you've come so far. Yeah, it's a massive help, because you're going to sit there and say, I don't feel like I've got very far. And I'll say to you, get your book out and have a look and just see how much you have actually, how far you have come. Because it is massive. It is very, very massive, that. So yeah, so not everybody will visualize. I struggle with visualization. When I'm reading, I find it comes in and then I can visualize because they give it me. And that's clairvoyance. You know, when we use it, but again, that's another class when we're talking about clairs. You know, so not everybody will visualize, but it is, like I said, it's the intent. It's the intention that you are going to open your chakras, whether you do it, you know, you just say to yourself, right, I'm now opening, you talk yourself through it. And I find myself talking myself through it.
That's
Right,
how
I'm
I
opening my crown, or I'm opening, you know, so, and then you just know that it's open. Yeah, so anybody what struggles to visualize, do not panic. You know, don't panic over it. Just say to yourself, I'm now opening this, I'm now opening that. Yeah. Yes, Gillian?
Was that me? Or
Gillian's got her hand up.
It was just when you finish making your point, it was to add to mine.
Right, go on then.
It's just sometimes if you're unwell or you're a little out of sorts, you might struggle to do that.
Yeah.
And then that spirit telling you shouldn't be doing it.
You're doing it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. That is right. That is one of the reasons, you know, why we do feel out of sorts, or why we feel off. You know, because if your energy's off, and you know your energies are quite low, you know, when they're really, really low, spirit will, you know, they will step in then and say, no, you're not doing it. You know, you're not in the right frame of mind, or, you know, there's something off. So it's go back to the drawing board, but it's always have intention, ask your guide, you know, if you're struggling, but it doesn't matter the fact that you can't visualize, because a lot of people struggle with that and they panic. Oh my God, I can't, you know, I can't open up and I can't close because I can't see them. You don't need to see them. You can say, right, you know, yes, Jill?
I forgot what, you know, I pressed it before, right? But I
Yeah.
was waving instead of raising an hand, and that's why you didn't see me.
Oh,
Yeah, my question is, do they all open from bottom up?
no.
Because I know some open
Every
top down like you do, don't you?
yeah, everybody will open their chakras in their own way. Yeah. Now, some will open from top to bottom. Some will open bottom to top. I open top to bottom. Jill opens bottom to top. There's no right or wrong way where that is. It will all work the same way. And it's same with closing. You know, it's exactly the same when we come to close as well. So it doesn't matter. And again, if you can't visualize, you know, then it doesn't matter. I'm now closed. Intention, intention. You'll get sick of hearing that word, intention, because it is, everything is intent. Intention is key. The same as trust is a must. You'll get sick of hearing that, and these will tell you. That is my saying, trust is a must. You know, so it really does. Now, my next thing is as well, which we're going to now talk about the new age mediumship. They don't open chakras. They do not open chakras, and they do not close chakras. Now, I watched an interview what a medium was doing, and I can't remember the name of the person now off the top of my head, but I will find it. And they was having not a debate, but they was having a discussion, which turned into a debate in the end, because what they were saying is you cannot close your chakras, because if you close your chakras, you're dead. As soon as your chakras are closed off, if they're fully shut, you're dead. And basically that's what this medium was saying. So what it was saying is you don't need to open the chakras, you don't need to close them. you know, because we literally cannot close them. Now, I don't know what your thoughts and opinions are on that, you know, but to me, even by shutting them, okay, they might not shut and slam shut. They might just be opening a jar if that's what it takes. Yes, Ellen?
If you don't close your chakras, aren't you open 24/7 to spirit?
Yes.
Twice that.
So therefore it's draining you all the while, isn't it?
Yeah, it
So
is.
are we just closing a door in a sense though for that world? So
Yeah,
Mm.
it is.
yeah, I don't.
It is. But everybody's got, oops, what have I done here? Put you
Oh,
in
you
spotlight.
put me in
Sorry, Ellen.
Okay.
I'm trying to lower your hand and I've pressed the wrong button.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's everybody's got their own opinions, and as you're coming along this path, you will watch that many different people talking, and they're all going to tell you something different. Now, before I get into these classes, and before, oops, hang on a
I
minute.
want to get rid of it and I
That's
can't.
it. I've
Oh,
done it.
yeah.
Right, Sheila, I'll come to you in a sec. I just want to get this out, because if I don't, I'll forget. You know what I'm like when it comes to when I'm talking and I go off track. A lot of I am going to throw this out here and now for the new ones as well. The old ones will know this. What I'm going to say to you is, whatever I say to you, you know, do not take it as gospel. You know, if you go and watch somebody else and they tell you something different, or you believe something different, then go with it. Yeah. Not everything I say will resonate with you. Sometimes you might think, no, I don't agree with that, or I don't do it that way. My way is not the only way. So what I'm going to say to you is it's okay. You know, it's fine if you go off. And what I say to them is, go and watch different mediums, go and watch different interviews, go and do everything you want to do, you know, but do not take everything what I say to you as gospel. If it doesn't resonate with you, throw it out. And that's all perfectly well and good, because not everybody will. You know, I don't gel with everybody, you know, so it's not my way is the only way, because I hate that. You know, when you're watching somebody, I've seen quite a few different mediums over years, and when they're sort of preaching or teaching, it's got to be their way or no way, you know, and I don't like that. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, you know, and you might go and watch somebody else and think, yeah, I like that, I'm going to stick with that. You know, you might like the way I do it, that's fine. Right, Sheila.
Going back to the chakras and that now,
Yeah.
I do my own rituals each morning and each night.
Yeah.
My intention is out there each morning and each day. And part of my morning ritual is obviously to cleanse my chakras in the shower.
Yeah.
And then as I get out the shower, I visualize myself in the middle of a lotus flower, and the lotus flower closes up and I'm in it and I'm protected.
Oh, that's a nice way. Yeah. And that works for you.
And that works for me. But then
Yeah.
when I'm working with spirit, I open the lotus flower,
Yeah.
and I'm available for spirit to connect and obviously pass messages that way.
Yeah. That's it. That's a nice way.
Mm.
Right. Cheryl's just put a question in there. Can you not?
Can I
speak,
just
Cheryl?
say then, do you feel you have to cleanse your chakras every day then, Sheila?
Not every day, no.
Oh,
But
sorry, I missed.
I visualize
Okay.
myself with the water running through them,
Yeah.
and just to take away any negative energies or anything that's lingering.
That you've
Yeah,
picked
just
up.
to-
Clean
it's like
them, yeah,
a
yeah,
quick clean rather than,
yeah,
it's like
Yeah.
having a wash rather than a shower.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's a
I
good
get that.
idea. It's a good idea that.
Yeah.
And again, it's about setting your intentions again, and it's about getting into an habit, into a routine.
It is, and it's that habit that I feel has helped me through my journey.
Yeah.
It took some doing to get into the habit.
Yeah, it does. It does, because we forget.
Mm.
You know, but eventually, once you start and we start to do these little things, you know, it's kind of like ritual. You just do it without thinking, don't
Yeah.
you? It's like
Yeah.
you get up, you brush your teeth, you have a wash, you make a cup of coffee or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, and it's sort of, you just go along with it. Whereas you haven't got to keep telling yourself,
No.
you know, oh, I need to ground and protect today. So if you get into the
Just
habit,
do it.
yeah. So
Mm.
every morning, as soon as your eyes open, right, I'm going to ground and protect myself now before I get out of bed.
Yeah.
So you put yourself in a bubble filled with light, whatever you want to do, you know, and then you know it's done for a day then.
Yeah.
Before you start your day. And then every day when you wake up, you'll think, oh, I need to put myself in that bubble, or oh, I need to ground and protect myself before I start my day.
Mm.
And then it becomes life.
Yeah.
It
And then your
becomes
little
life.
mantras and your
And then
positive
your
intentions and
affirmations,
stuff,
things like that. But obviously we'll talk about them as we go further down
Mm.
classes and things. But yeah, so it's all about setting that key. So Cheryl, what have you put here? I don't do it, but merge energy within them for energy work, especially in solar plexus. A physical movement is my close down.
Mm.
Right. So what you're saying is you don't open and close your chakras, Cheryl. Yeah, that's what Gillian's asking.
Kind of like I kind of like do with the extra intention that I'm putting more energy in each chakra to
All
work.
right. So you do open them, but you concentrate
In
more
a-
on them.
yeah, because I too kind of like agreed with her. Hang on a minute, if I'm closing my chakras down, where's my energy going to come from if I do that? That
Yeah.
was one of my queries right at the beginning. So, like you say, you take bits off everybody, but you do what Jill does, what everybody else does, and then you merge it into what feels right for you.
That's right. And that's what it's about. And this is what I was saying. You know, it's what works for you might not work for somebody else. You know, so it doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel is right to do for you. You know, I mean, some of you might be sitting here now and thinking, do you know what? I'm not even going to bother opening my chakras, because I bet you £50, £100, £1,000, £1 million that I could say to you, Ellen, you're not ground and protected, are you? You've just come in. You just sat in a class, or are you? Have you done it?
I did ground and protect.
Right. Who's not ground and protected?
Mm.
Who's not done it before they come in? Anybody? Right. I'm going to say Jill, for instance, then, because you won't have Jill, will you? Because
Shirley's just put her hand up.
right, I'll come back to her in a minute. So what I could say to Jill, right, I'm not going to. This is just, you know, for me to say.
Yeah.
Right, Jill, tune in to Cheryl and give Cheryl a message now, this minute, this instant. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you would do that 100% the same as you would if you'd opened your chakras.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
in theory,
Oh dear. Is Arlene in the group?
yeah, she wants to join it. She
Oh,
has been
sorry.
before.
I didn't ask
Don't
her,
you
did I?
find though, Bev, that sometimes it automatically opens you up?
Yes,
I
and this is the
can't hear
thing.
with
And this
you.
is the other thing what I want to talk about as well.
My chakras have automatically
With
opened
you
up.
opening and closing, when it comes to opening and closing your chakras,
Mm.
yes, I get where they're coming from, that you don't need to open and close your chakras, and we don't need to. But again, anybody what is on a more negative vibration, and what feels that they have to have these rituals, what the class does is rituals. You know, everything we do when it comes to, we've got to ground ourselves, we've got to protect ourselves, we've got to open our chakras. They're all rituals. They're all little rituals, what you'll build up within your mind to tell you that this is what we have to do, enable to connect with the spirit world. Yeah. And because you're telling yourself that, and because it's working for you, yeah, so it will work. But what I get where they're coming from, because you don't need to. You do not need to open your chakras or close them or cleanse them even, I suppose, if you don't want to. But I find I work better. I've done it both ways, you know, so I know if I open my chakras that I'll work better than if I haven't. So you'll still get your connection, but I don't feel as strong knowing that, you know, I haven't opened them, kind of thing. You know, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's like if you're watching something what's spiritual on your TV, you know, or Most Haunted, or you're watching a ghost hunt, or they're talking about something of a spiritual nature, or you just sat having a coffee with a friend and you're talking about your dad what's in spirit world or whatever else, bang, you're open. They will open you, and you do not realize that you've been open. Yeah, because you've spoke about something what's spiritual, or you've thought a spiritual thought. That's all it is. It's a thought. It's a thought-based matter. And because you've thought it, you bang, you're open. So it shows you that you do not need, you do not need to open, you do not need to close, really. Like I've just said, I could just say to Jill off at bat, right, Cheryl, Jill, read for Cheryl. And she could do it. She could pull it straight in without opening. Yeah. So it's not necessary, but to me, I know if I haven't opened and it just jumps straight in, I don't feel it's as strong.
Yeah,
But that's
I'll agree on that, Bev.
Yeah, that's
But I
my
mean,
personal.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't open, say if like you said, like give Shola a read and I said, right, and I give her something, and then I want more, then I can quickly open, like, like you said, open.
Yeah. But what they say, right, is it takes you from you sitting down, say you're going to do a reading, Jill. I will get to you, Ellen and Catherine.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
If you're going to say you've got a client what comes and they want a reading, yeah? So your client comes and they come and sit down. You give them, it's 3 seconds. There's a 3-second rule. They call it a 3-second ruling. And within that 3 seconds, you have got to be prepared and ready and start. So there's no opening, there's no closing. It's right. Spirit team, come forward. I'm ready. Let's go. Bang. Can you take blah, blah, blah. And this is what their new ruling is. This is what you should be able to do. And that is what they say. Not everybody is going to resonate with that.
No.
No grounding, no protecting, no opening chakras. Yes, you can do it. But again, to me, it doesn't feel right for me not to do that. So anybody, like I said, it's each to their own. Each to their own. Now, the ones what's done my class, if you want to get it without the opening, then go for it and see how you feel. See what the difference is, what you feel with it. But I can guarantee you, I think you'll go back.
If I don't do the chakra thing, I don't get a stronger link.
And this is it. This is the thing. What happens with me as well.
One
That's
what I feel.
Right, go on, Ellen. Sorry.
One prime example was on Friday. I was up at the big house with our Lorraine cleaning, and I've always walked into one of these back bedrooms, and it's always felt a bit, I don't know, to me. Anyway, as I went in there, and it's a beautiful room. As I turned to my left, there was a little lady, no more than 5 foot, putting a coat on.
Right.
And
yeah.
I said, "Oh, you don't need your coat today." She says, "Oh, it's a bit chilly, my dear." But I hadn't opened up.
Yeah.
And with that, she'd gone.
Yeah.
She was such a beautiful little lady with a little hat and a coat.
Yeah.
And I thought,
See,
I'm
it
not
just
open.
shows you don't
I
need to be
wasn't
open. You don't need
No.
to be. They will open you if they feel you need to be.
But but I heard her and I just glimpsed her. I saw her.
Yeah. That's it. So it's amazing. If Kat, sorry, Kat, I think you had your hand up, didn't you?
Yes, I just wanted to mention that it happened to me as well. And it was like, I didn't ground, I didn't protect, I didn't, open my chakras, but I had just the feeling that I needed to go to my friend to tell him something, because it was his grandmother who died one day before.
Right.
And to be honest, the link was so strong.
Yeah. So that was them telling you needed to. That's your gut instinct.
Yeah. And the reading was so strong.
Yeah.
And I says, "I'm sorry, but I had to come in and tell you this." And he says, "You know what? I had a hope you're going to come in." So I think the link was so strong that they actually pushed me to do it.
Oh, yeah. And they do. And they will.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, how they do, how spirit work that way. Right. Sorry, Arlene, did you have your hand up?
No, sorry, I never meant it. I thought I was saying hi.
Oh, okay, no worries.
I've never used them before.
Right. You've missed a bit of this, Arlene. So what I'm going to say to you is it is being recorded.
I
you can
have.
watch it when it's posted. It'll be posted later on tonight.
Right. Well, I just leave it and do it later then? Do it from
No,
the start?
no.
right,
You can
okay.
stay. No,
Okay.
you can stay from now. But I'm just saying, what bit you
Yeah.
missed, you can catch up on when we watch it back.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. If you've got any questions, just jump in and ask.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So basically, in other words, it's entirely your choice whether you want to open and close your chakras or you don't. You know, but personally, what I'm going to say to you is give it a try and see. That's the only way you're going to know, you know, whether it's for you or not. But to me, I know I personally work better when I've worked when they're open. You know, but again, it's each to their own. And like Cheryl said there, you know, you might find that one of your other chakras may need a little bit more attending than others, you know, than others do, you know. But again, like Sheila has her own little ritual, what she does, you know, with a lotus flower and put yourself in, and that's your knowing that you are closed. You know what I mean? So if it works for you, that's good. But it may not work for somebody else. And there's no right or wrong way with that, is there? You know, so it's kind of do not panic, do not stress. Do not stress over them. But the main thing what I think people panic over is when they're opening and closing chakras is I can't visualize, I can't see what color it is. You know, so we will go through exercises and we will do each clair, you know, we will talk about clairs and sensors, you know, your sensors in which we use when we open up to spirit. We will do little exercises to enhance that, you know. So you will hear me talking a lot as we start through the weeks about sitting in the power, about meditation and how important it is. Meditation is not so much important, it's just sitting in the power and building up your relationship with your spirit team, you know, and asking, you know, them to give you, you know, the things what you need and to help you on that field. So it's like I say, it's each to their own. Right, have we got any questions where chakras are concerned? Does anybody actually use the extra chakras? No? I mean, you don't need to. You don't need to incorporate them. And to be fair, there's that many of them, you'd get a flaming headache, I think. You'd get a flaming headache because you'd be there all day trying to open all that lot. You know what I mean? But there is a couple I do when I'm opening and closing. I always go 2 up. I open my normal ones and I go 2 up and 2 down because it just takes me that bit higher, you know, and for me grounding and things. So I don't ask me off at the top of my head. One's star, is it North Star? I can't remember without looking at my sheet now, I forgot. But they've all got names. Now, if you have a look at the actual chakra, the chart, they do have, they've all got names, and I can't remember for me what they are, you know, the extras. So I always do 2 up and then 2 down, 2 extra. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you want to try that, you know, and just see if it makes a difference. Yeah, if it makes that bit of difference. I always think it makes me that little bit stronger, you know, knowing that I've done that. Whether that's a mind over matter thing for me, I don't know.
Would you do it after you've done your 7?
Yes, I open them first and then I do top and then bottom.
Right.
You know, so just give
You
it a
don't have
try.
to name them then. You can just set your intention of I'm going higher.
Yeah.
High self.
Right. The next question is as well, and people forget to do this. I include the one under my feet in the bubble. Yeah, that's right, Gillian. Yeah. And then my next thing as well, and people forget to do this. When you have opened your chakras, how many people spin each chakra? Because people forget to do that. They open the doors, they open the flowers, and they forget to spin. How many people spin their, you know, the chakras?
I see them spinning. It's like a ball, and it's like whirling.
Yeah, mine's whirl.
You forget to do it. You know, some people just open them and just think that's it. They forget. But what I will say, what I will say is be very careful how fast you spin them because you will go dizzy. Soul Chakra, Soul Star, that's the one, Cheryl. Yeah, Soul
I
Star.
think it makes me dizzy. It just makes me, my
It
head
makes you-
work.
yeah, and that's because you're spinning it too fast.
Yeah. So what I do then, instead of spinning them, I just switch a switch down.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
switch.
So what I do
completely leave.
is obviously I just give it a tiny little tap just so they just start to slowly spin. Although, I mean, first time I did that, got a room was spinning, it will have vertigo.
Oh, I don't like that feeling.
No, and that's because I did it too fast. Yeah, you know, so
yeah, I'll spin them then, but
yeah, just give it a try. You know, but slowly.
you see me falling off this seat, you know, I've done
Yeah,
it too
just
fast.
make sure you do it slowly.
I found, Beth,
Yeah.
I found myself that sometimes they don't spin, especially when I open the door.
Right,
So the
okay.
light, so I am quite annoyed with the fact that it's only a light. So I'm trying to like spin the light when it comes out.
Yeah, right.
It's
Well,
so
you know
annoying
what,
because-
Kat? If you can't do it, there's a reason why you can't. Maybe you don't need to.
Maybe.
You know, if you're trying to do it, or maybe just tell yourself the facts that they're spinning.
Yeah.
You know, if you, like I said to
It
you, if
happened
people
2
can't
times.
visualize-
Good for you.
You know, if people can't visualize, then don't worry about it. Just tell yourself how it's doing it.
Yeah.
I'm now spinning my chakras. Yeah. So
Yeah, this is
they'll
what
spin.
I'm yeah, this is what I'm saying. To be honest, sometimes it's like I know they spinning. Come on.
Yeah, that's it. So it you know, if you can't, it don't matter. Either way, doesn't matter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's there. And it's
Especially with the doors. It's only with the doors. So sometimes I'm just opening blind. I'm like, okay, doesn't matter. Just open the
and
floor.
it's the same as well. I know we covered this in Jill's class as well about using different methods to open, you know, different methods to close. You know, sometimes as you start to develop and we start to, you know, progress a little bit, I think sometimes then we need to. I started off with the flower. I now have prison doors where I slam and I can hear them. I can hear them close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I can hear that creak as they open, because I need that. You know, I needed that as I'm moving on, because that to me is stronger. You know, it's a stronger feeling for me.
Yeah.
But again, it's each to their own. You can swap and change if you want. You can try different things.
I always do different one, to be honest.
Yeah,
However, I
Some
don't
people
know.
do-
However, wherever it suits me that day, it just sometimes I do flowers, sometimes I do disc.
I
But it-
like to watch, you know, when people first start, I like to have, I like to watch, because if you see the concentration on the face, you know, when they're first doing it, it's like, you know, like they're really trying, you know, and after you've got used to doing it, it's like within seconds it's done, you know, and it's just that initial, when the intergil, when they first start, you know what I mean? It's kind of the
it takes 20
concentration.
minutes.
Yeah, it takes 20 minutes for them to open and GMP, and they're like, "Are you ready yet?" No, not yet. I'm still on second one.
Did you ever ask Jack the question, with him being in Australia, if I spin clockwise, does this spin anti-clockwise?
You know what? That's a good question, that, Ellen. I will have to ask him that. In fact, you've just asked him that question, and we'll watch this video back, because Jack's in Australia, for the ones what don't know. Jack's in Australia, and it is what, 9, 8, 7, it's 6:15 in the morning for him there. So when we start our class, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. So he misses it. You know, he has started getting up early for a few classes now, but that's dedication, I say.
I think it is.
It's very
Yes,
much
then.
dedication. So what Jack's doing is he's watching, because I record it, Jack's watching the videos and he's doing it in his own pace.
You'll
in his
say,
own
Helen,
time.
what a good question.
Yeah, so that's a good question, that, Jack. So you can answer that one.
I'll be writing it underneath.
He will.
It's
Absolutely
well,
question.
it won't
Keep it
yet,
up.
'cause he'll not see it, because it's the only class I don't stream. You know, when we're doing any other classes, I will stream it, but because this is development and it's personal, I will not stream this one. You know, I think it's only fair that it's kept, you know, between us all here. and then you can rewatch it, because this one is on Zoom and you can watch it back.
I'm going to make a coffee.
Yeah, why not? I'll have one. Oh no, I don't. I've got one. Right. Do we have any questions?
Coffee break.
Do we have any questions on that?
Coffee
Anyone?
break. Can we have a coffee break?
Yeah, we are going to have a quick break before we go on to the second half. But I just want to make sure.
Only
nobody's-
one thing I've got, Bev, is because I don't shower
Yeah.
very often. It's sort of cleansing my chakras. I just cleanse mine as and when
Yeah.
I can, but I do tend to do mine quite a bit with the pendulum.
Yeah. That's a good way, actually. And do you know what, Ellen? You've just reminded me. I wanted to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Cleansing your chakras and balancing them with a pendulum is a very good method.
I do mine most
It's a really good method. And if I'm giving somebody a reading, I will get my pendulum and over it over each one. And if anybody who's got a pendulum, if you get your pendulum and you hold it up over each chakra, you will see what's
It
blocked
just
and
tells
what's
you.
not. Because
Just tell.
some will go left to right, some will spin. Yeah, so you know which ones are off and which ones are not. Yeah, so you know which ones you've got to work on. So it is quite. I thought there was a funny smell in our village, LOL. I know like that. Yeah, the way obviously when I go in the shower, I do that, but I will just do it as I'm sitting in the power. I will then see a waterfall. So I just visualize a waterfall, or just tell myself I'm in a waterfall, whichever works for you. Stand underneath it and I see the water going directly in my head, and it swishes all the way through my body inside and then comes out my hands, my fingers and my toes. So it's coming, out.
Yeah.
And it's swishing, through, because that's just as good. That is just as good as the water, obviously, when you're in the shower running, or you could do it while you're washing your hair, or you could just sit and just do a visualization.
That's right, yeah. Oh, well, that works better for me.
Yeah, it's whatever works for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Kat?
What's the difference between cleansing the chakras and balancing them?
Right, cleansing them will get anything off what has stuck. Like if they've been overused, like overworked, then they can pick up a little bit of grime, that type of thing. If you give somebody a reading and it's been really, really emotional, or, it's been a little bit heavy, it will release anything what's been on them. Balancing them will then, because they come out of sync, they become unaligned. So if you've got like a lot of emotion going off in your life at the minute, or you've had an argument, or a variety of different things can just chuck them out. So what that will do then is it will put them straight back in line, each one, and then it'll cleanse them, and it'll also balance them so that they're all where they should be.
Because I thought if I cleanse them, I actually balance them at the same time.
Yeah, well, you can. It will actually, it will sort of sort it out. But if it's sort of been really, really heavy, if you've got an emotional time and things like that, then it's a good idea to get your pendulum and just hold it up above each one, and you'll see which one needs work on. Yeah, and if that's the case, then what I would do is I would visualize that chakra as in a tap. Have a tap on it, see the negativity or whatever it is, the darkness coming away from it, running out, and then see whatever chakra color it is, say it's your red one, say it's your root, then you would pour the red in, really bright, really vibrant red, until it was, how you want it to be, and then close your tap off.
Okay.
That's
Sorry.
Go on, Sheila.
You're like Kat's on about cleansing and balancing.
Yeah.
I find that when mine are balanced, they're all in a line.
Yes.
Down through the center of me.
Yeah.
When they're unbalanced, they're either to the left or the right, depending on how I've been feeling or what traumas have gone through that day.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
I find having that shower the following morning, I try and get them all back again.
Back in, yeah. Because you do feel different as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do feel different once you've cleansed and balanced them.
Mm.
You do actually feel it's like a big weight sort of lifted off your shoulders. But it's, and the more we do, we'll go along our path and things like that, the more we forget to do, which is why I think it's sometimes good to take things back to basics, because
Definitely.
you can pick up kyanite, coal, balance, and align them. Yeah. I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, kyanite, but there's a few different crystals you can, some people like to put a crystal on each crystal, but each chakra point, and have it, do it that way. There's no right or wrong way, is there? When it comes to doing it. But even just telling yourself, I'm going to cleanse my chakras don't feel right. I'm going to do it now. They're done. Intention. Yeah. It's all intention based. So now I've seen all this crap coming out of them. I've redone them. The where they should be now. That's it. I'm done. Yeah. So it's intention again. Intention that they're there. So don't worry about your chakras. And like I say, if you want to give it a try without opening and closing them, try it. It's entirely up to you. But see how you feel. See how you feel with them. But you will, the ones that are just starting like their journey, you will probably find your grounding and your protecting and your opening and your closing. It's going to take you a little bit of time, but don't worry about it, because you will get quicker with it. It'll be instant, within a couple of seconds normally now. If I said to you, right, Ellen, open up, you'd do it within a couple of seconds, wouldn't you? It's done.
I do know though, if I don't close down after we've been on here, it's like the M25 at side of my bed.
Exactly, and that's another point about the closing down. And I will very quickly just cover that before we do have a quick break.
Yeah,
closing down is important. It's like I've always said, would you go to bed and leave your window wide open? Would you go to bed and leave your door wide open? You wouldn't do it, would you? Because it'll be knock, knock, knock. Hello, I'm coming in. In there. What we've got to remember is there is no time in the spirit world. They don't know what time it is. They haven't got a clue what time it is. There is no time in the spirit world whatsoever. So to them, it could be 6 o'clock in the evening. It could be any time. They don't know that it's middle at night. Or they're not.
Hour.
Yeah. Many a night I've gone to bed and forgot to shut down or close down.
Yeah.
And I felt somebody beside me saying, "Are you listening to me or what?"
Yeah. And the dreams I have are unreal. If I know when I've not closed down, because I'm sort of out my body, but and it's ongoing. It's definitely, like don't you? That you've not shut down. And for that reason, so this is why I always say it's important more than the opening, really. And you wake up and feel like you've not slept.
Totally agree with that, Jill.
Yeah, you do.
Exhausted.
Yeah, you do. You feel like you've not been to bed. I'll tell you something else as well. What I was doing meditation before I went to bed, and I had mine on autoplay, so it was playing all night. So you can imagine. So I was doing one after other, after other, after other, after other. Oh my God, did I wake up knackered? So now I don't do that. I won't put it on now before I go to bed because of that reason. But the weird shit what happens, when you don't. It's kind of, we'll show you, we will learn you a lesson.
Not find you need to have that experience though.
And I think and I do. I'm a big believer in that. They're a big believer. I'm a big believer in that, to be fair. But you see, again, as we're going down this path, it's all about setting boundaries. Now that will be what we'll probably talk about next week, maybe. About setting boundaries. We've got to have those boundaries in place, because we're setting a foundation. We're setting a foundation and we're setting boundaries. So you've got to have those boundaries in place. You've got to have your spirit team. You bring your spirit team forward and you say, I want you, this is where your doorkeeper comes in. This is where your spirit team come in, and say, I will open up when I'm open, when it's my time. I will tell you when I'm open. I will tell you when I'm closed. When that door closes, I am then closed until I reopen or till I say so. Yeah, so nobody is allowed to come in between them spaces. Yeah, so it is intention again. So you're setting that intention that you are only, spirit are only allowed to come when you are open. Yeah, otherwise you're going to end up with him knocking on your door 24/7 if not. So and you will get used to doing that, you know. So it's that's the very first port of call is what we do. We set our boundaries, you know, like personal space, for instance. Now, spirit aren't interested in coming in bedroom when there's things happening, or they're not bothered about you going to toilet for a poo or, you know, having a shower or all that, you know. You just set your intentions there as well, you know. So, I mean, I've had them knocking on shower door before, you know, very, very, God, many years ago. And I was like, whoa, hang on a minute. You know, there's a time and a place and this ain't it. So it were kind of bathroom, bedroom, steer clear. You know what I mean? So it's unless you're invited in, that's different. You know, so again, this is boundaries. So I mean, they ain't got a clue when they want to come in. You know what I mean? It's who were it who had an unky guide who wanted somebody had an unky guide. Can you remember, Jill, who were it?
You know, I can't remember age, but I can remember the conversation.
Yeah, somebody got a guide and they was really hunky, you know, like a really hunk of a guide.
She was madly in love, weren't she?
Yeah, and this person was madly, I can't remember who it were now for life of me. But yeah, so talking about these conversations about being barred from bedroom, and she used to say, no, he can come in.
He can come in.
Well, that's not me, so.
No, I can't remember now who it were.
Not me, Bev.
I'll have to put my thinking cap on. Do
Yeah,
you know
I can't
what?
remember.
Were it Nikki? No, it weren't Nikki Hughes, were it?
No, it don't ring a bell. No.
Can't remember, but anyway. Right, okay. So any questions? Have we covered? Are we all up to date with that? Lou and Carrie Ann and Stuart, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Right, okay. So we've got no questions. Right, we are going to have a quick 5-minute pee break, coffee break, whatever you want, and then we'll start our second half. All right, so we'll be back in 5. If you want a quick pee or make a coffee or what you want to do.
I'll have a nap.
A nap.
Not
Bev,
allowed.
Bev, I'm gonna go. Thank you very much.
Okay, Kat. Good night. God bless.
Bye bye. Night night.
Bye.
Or you can stay on here. Oh, we stay on here anyway, but we can have a
Well, I'm
chill
not
one, can't we?
Yeah.
I've got my coffee. I'm fine.
I've got my
I'm
coffee.
all right, Jack.
Yeah, I'm sorted.
How's that baby of yours doing, Stuart?
It's fine.
Yeah, and the other ones are all okay, yeah?
Yeah, pain in the bums, but you know.
Have we got moved yet? Are you moved?
No. Obviously, the council come round, done their assessment, said that the other place coming to got some.
Oh, you got still work to do on it.
We haven't, no. It's them. 'Cause obviously, when they went to do the checks there, they said that obviously, apparently, they had looking out house built, which they had to take down because apparently they didn't have planning permission for it, so they've had to
Yeah.
take that down. They've had to fix. Apparently, there was a couple of holes in the doors in the house or something that they've had to fix,
Yeah,
and it's just all one thing after the other.
I know it's a nightmare.
Well,
So
they've
what have they took down? A lean-to or what?
Yeah, it was like it was like a lean-to, but it was like big enough, so it was like an extra room. So obviously,
Yeah.
our main purpose to move was so that we had bigger space.
Yeah,
But the thing is, now that's gone, yeah, there's an extra bedroom, but the bedroom's a box room, so we're losing space in the front room because at the minute we've got a front room dining room, so we're losing space in there to gain an extra bedroom, so it don't seem worth
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm
I
with
suppose
you.
then you got to go, is it the right area?
The area's okay. It's where I was born and bred, so the area is absolutely fine. But
And would
it's
would the
now
council let you do extra room on the side?
they would, but it just takes ages for them
It
to.
will. You've got to go through planning permission,
Yeah,
which takes forever.
yeah,
Yeah, but there
If
again,
they'd have had
it's,
planning permission, then they'd have left it up.
yeah,
exactly. Well, apparently they did. But they told us they had planning permission, but obviously it wasn't inspected when they first done it. So obviously once they've inspected it this time, they said
Yeah.
it didn't meet their new standards, so they had to remove it.
Right.
what a shame.
It is. I don't know. Right, I don't know who's nipped off and no aunt here, so I'm not going to know when they're back.
But it's all they keep messaging me like, oh yeah, like, we're ready now, but we're like,
Yeah.
we're just leaving it at the minute. Because obviously when I won the money on the bingo, it's like, do you know what? So we've just booked to go back to the Isle of Wight next month instead.
Very nice, yeah. Why not?
Well, that's the thing. And then obviously we've decided we're getting married over there next year.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
So
wow.
obviously with the winnings that I got, we booked to go again this July, so we can go and suss everything out. And
Yeah.
obviously Jan can have all her hair and makeup
Oh,
people and that. And
You're
then
going to win again.
hopefully, hopefully.
yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Lovely. Right. Are we all back? I don't think Shirley's yet. No.
No, Cheryl's not back.
Everybody else is on.
Helen's not back.
Yeah.
Putting some lights on before it got too dark.
That's it. No, I think we're just waiting for Shirley now.
Excuse me. Oh,
Bless you, Jill.
thank
Yeah.
you. It's hay fever still.
Have you tried the May fever wipes, Gillian?
I haven't. I'm going to have to give them a go.
They're absolutely fantastic. So people talk about, rave about them.
Okay.
I mean, touch wood, I don't have hay fever. I did have. Nick can vouch for that, can't you, Nick? Because you had it. Can't speak, but nod your head.
Yeah, my eldest has really bad hay fever, and I went to. They're only cheap, 89p bought them, and it does say it helps, but there's an injection they've brought out, and he's on about having that done that helps for the whole of this 1 year.
Yeah, there is £25,
Really
isn't
good.
it? Yeah, it's £25, isn't it, that injection? Somebody were talking about that today.
Well, I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
it covers you
sorry.
for this season.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nikki's put there, great.
yeah. Yeah, they are.
Okay.
But yeah, somebody else were talking about that injection today. I think they said it was £25, but they said it was best money they've ever spent.
I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Thing
My
is,
last
I
Sorry,
Sorry.
Bill.
I'm actually quite pleased I've got it, because when you get past the menopause, things are supposed to dry up and your hay fever stops. So I've still got it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all
TMI.
I'm still alive. Alive.
Oh dear, and that's way out of gin.
No, but you knew what I meant.
Oh, I know exactly what you meant, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Says every woman here. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was supposed to go, because it hasn't, I'm quite pleased in a way.
Yeah,
It's not as bad, but
that's it.
Oh.
Oh. Right, okay. Is Sheila back yet? We're
No.
gonna start with Outer. We're going to start with Outer, I think. The exercise I'll wait while she gets back, but it's only going to be a quick exercise anyway, because I do know Cheryl has got a connection for Gillian, and I said she could do it in here for you, Gillian, if that's okay.
say again, Bev, I was just opening the window.
Yeah, Cheryl has got a link which she wants to bring in. Is that right, Cheryl? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously when we start, when we've done what we're going to do, Jill, I think Cheryl's going to just give you what she's got for you there.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, thank you, Cheryl.
Okay. I'm just I think what we're going to do is we're just going to work with energy. You know, the ones what have not done this yet will benefit from that. You know, I want, before we start working with the spirit world, what I want to do is get you used to how your own energy feels. Because if you don't know how your own energy feels, then how do you know when a spirit person's with you? Because remember, not everybody will see or hear. It will be based purely on feeling. So if you're a sensor, you know, and you just sense something with you and things like that, yeah. So it's important that you know what energy actually feels like your own. So what we're going to do is we're going to feel your own energy, and then we're going to feel spirit energy. Yeah. And remember, intention is key. So when I talk about that somebody was with you, there will be somebody there. Yeah. And this is going out. I mean, obviously, the ones who've done this before will understand what I'm talking about. We've done it. The ones who haven't, which will be Stuart, Carrie Ann, Arlene, I think, and Lou. Yeah. So are you all right to do that?
Yeah.
Carrie Ann, have you got company, Carrie Ann? Are you? You're on mute. I can see.
Yeah, it should be okay for a bit.
Right. Okay. Just basically, you know, because at the end of the day, it's, if you don't know how your energy feels, then you're not going to know, you know, when you get spirit coming in. So I like to get you used to feeling your own energy first, you know, and what it feels like. I mean, if I said to you, it's a bit of a daft question, really, isn't it? Because it's like, well, how do you know what your energy feels like? You know what I mean? It's kind of, you're saying to Aurora, that's fine, Stuart. Like I said to you, but it is being recorded, this. So you can play it back in your own time, you know, when you get a chance, and you can do this exercise then. So don't worry about that. And anybody who wants to, you know, go back and redo it, that's not a problem. You know, Kerry, and like I say, I was busy, so they can do it, you know, when they're ready. Is Cheryl back yet?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we can get sorted.
Oh, she's just putting her earplugs in.
Are you sorted, Cheryl? Holding everybody up as usual. Always one, and it's always Cheryl.
You waited till she got her earplugs in.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
Needed to be a bit louder than that because I'm deaf.
Poor Cheryl.
Oh dear, Cheryl's used to me picking on her, aren't you, Cheryl?
I know. I know.
She'd think there was something wrong if I didn't pick on her.
I would think there was something wrong.
See?
Bless her.
She loves it, really. Right then, so, I mean, I know the ones who have already done it, you can still do it again if you want, that's fine. You know, just...
Cool, you want to see the red sky out here?
I'm going to chill you out a little bit, so...
Cool.
I am just going to quickly just go and grab some
Sit on my
music,
face.
though. Because it's always nicer to do it to a little bit of music.
Oh, what we're doing?
If you'd have been here, you'd have heard.
Well, I wasn't here, was I?
No.
So can I have a replay, please?
Yes. We're doing, you know, how you feel your own energy, and then we bring spirit in and you feel their energy. The differences between your energy and theirs, yeah?
Right, yeah.
Done it before. You have done it before, so...
Yeah.
Right, just bear with me a second. Share screen. Yeah, we do have off on here, by the way, as well, so don't think we're crazy, because we're not. You know, we just like to, it's the way we do it. Right, can you all hear that music, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear my voice over it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay then. Right, so what I want you to do is I want you to get yourself settled. I want you to open yourself up if you have. if you haven't, I mean. GMP yourself, which is ground and protect. You will get used to that word GMP. And open your chakras if they're not. Yeah, that's fine, Nick. I know you can't. I know what you meant. Right. So what I want you to do is we're going to set the intention that you are going to feel your own energy. Yeah? So what I want you to do is I want you to just breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth just a few times and feel yourself relaxing first. Right, now I want you to just take notice of how you feel inside as a person. What does your head feel like? What does your body feel like? What does your energy levels feel like? Take notice of these. These are things what we take for granted every day and we don't look at them. We never look at these things, we just automatically assume. How does your breathing feel? Take notice of your breath, your breathing. Is it fast? Is it slow? Is your heartbeat fast? Is your heartbeat slow? Try and take note of everything around your body. Right, now before we do this next part, what I want you to do is I want you to just put your hands at the side of your head so it's touching your head, and I want you to slowly just pull it outwards until you feel your aura. You should be able to feel your energy field. And if you push it like in and out, in and out, in and out, and you will find whereabouts that pull is, and you'll have a certain pull. There'll be a little pull where your energy is. This is your energy field. You know, this is your own aura, what comes around your body. This is your energy field. You will find, you know, when you find it's a little bit, you know, like a pull, it's got a little pull to it. That's when you know where it is. Yeah. Don't worry about it if you can't feel it straight away. Sometimes you have to work on that, you know, to feel it fully. But it just gives you a guide of whereabouts it is. Now, when we are working with spirit, you will find when we're having a reading or when you're reading, your energy will expand, your aura will expand out. You can, we will talk through this, obviously not in this session, but I will talk you through this. And when somebody is reading for you, what we do is we expand our own aura because it's easier for the reader to pick up on. Yeah, so we'll learn that. Right, okay. So what I want you to now do, we can put your hands back down now, that's fine, thank you. What I want you to now do is I want you to invite your guide. So what you say in your mind is, I want my guide to step forward into my energy field. Now I want you to feel the difference as he steps, have the step in. notice as they step into your aura, into your energy field, how do you feel? Now I want a minute. Right, now ask them to step out and then see how it feels. Now back in, ask them to step back in. Now back out again. Okay, and back out. Now feel your own energy again. Just for one last time. Right, okay. I'm back with us. Back in the room. I do apologise for the dogs barking there. Unfortunately, I've got noisy dogs. Right, okay. So the question is, did you feel it? Could you tell the difference? As they stepped in and out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see,
Yeah.
you get used to that. Now, when you are working, now that is your guide. That was your guide, what stepped forward there. Now, the ones what I've done this before who do work with the spirit world may have got a link in, may have put, you know, you may have seen somebody else with you. But 9 times out of 10, this was your guide, because the intention was set tonight for your guide to come forward. Yeah, and to feel, what I wanted you to do is feel your own energy. So now you know that when somebody, how your energy actually feels, so that when spirit does come forward or your guide, you will know how that feels. Yeah, and it's amazing how you can feel the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so some people may go hot or have gone cold, you know, or add a tingling somewhere. This is called a calling card. Now, again, that's another class. We haven't got time to do that tonight, but we will talk about that. And what basically that is where your guide comes forward. They will give you a calling card, you know, a sign to say that when you get that, that is your feeling for your guide to be with you. Yeah. So when we first start off on the path, I think everybody needs that. They need that confirmation. They need that sort of confirmation to working by sensing. If you're working by sensing or just knowing, claircognizance, which again we'll talk about at a different date, it's very difficult. And how sensitive, you know, when spirit do work with us. So it's important, this part, you know, to know what your energy is like. And then you will know when somebody else steps into your auric field, you know, into your aura. So, right, have we got any questions on that? Did anybody struggle with that and not feel it?
I felt it.
You felt it?
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking if anybody didn't a minute, Cheryl. You know, did anybody struggle with it? So you nobody did. So you all felt it. That's amazing. That's brilliant. Well done. So that's good. That's a major start. Now you can practice this at home. you know, when you spare time, if you get a spare 5-10 minutes and you want to sit, you know, and just ask them, see, you are going to build a relationship up with your spirit team. Now, next week, we are going to talk about guides and how they work with us and ways in building relationships with the guide before you start working with Spirit World, and what the guide's roles are and things like that. And we'll go deeper into that. So that's next week. Next week, we will do a lot more with that. All right. So well done, everybody, for that exercise.
Thank you.
Well there. So the more we get into it, you know.
Bev,
Pardon?
Bev, sorry, can I ask a question, please? Oh,
Yeah, of course you can.
oh, sorry. See when we were doing that there.
Yep.
I like seen my granda.
Yeah, I said that.
Like when I was asking him to step in and out, and he says, "And you do the hokey cokey," and I almost burst out laughing. Do you think that would? Do you think that my granda is one of my guides?
It's possible. It's it's very difficult, this one, to answer, because what I'm going to say to you is we all have his own unique guide, you know, a spirit guide, but our loved ones can and will from time to time step in. And because you have opened your chakras, you've opened up to the spirit world as well.
Okay.
So they've obviously seen your light on and jumped in.
Because I've never like had my granda come through before. I've never thought that before.
What I'm going to say to you where that's concerned, the only way you're going to know that is if you know next time you do it again and see what
right, yeah.
again.
Yeah.
You know, so stop it. You know, and
journal.
You
put that in your journal today.
Yeah.
This is why I say to you to have a journal, because everything you do, I want you to write down, and I want you to write down your journey, you know, from the start, everything you feel, or you know what you get. Some days you might not get nothing. You know, some days if you write it down, you know, but today I was frustrated because I couldn't get this, and then maybe the next day or the day after that, you might think I've mastered it, I've done it, and how long it took you to get there.
Yeah.
You know, and how different you feel, because it does play a massive part when you look back. You know, when we have people like stamping the feet and saying, I can't do it. And I say, look how far you've come in like 6 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. You've made progress.
I find that writing it in my journal, and then the next time I sit in the power and get my guides to work with me and my journal to help me move on to the next stage.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So my answer to that is, Carrie-Anne, I have, my mum comes and helps me when I'm working sometimes. Not every time. She will, you know, she is part of my spirit team. She will come and help when she needs to. So I'm not saying your granddad's not going to be part of your spirit team. He could be. You're not going to know that until you do it again and see whether it keeps happening. My guess is, because you've opened your chakras and we've opened up, he's jumped in, you know, because he wants to let you know he's there and he's with you, you know. But
nice anyway, is
not when you keep doing it. But how lovely is that? And if that's first time you've seen him, you know, since his past, that's amazing. So well done. So that's an experience. Now you've all achieved something tonight because you've done that exercise and you felt it. You saw something, Carrie-Anne, so that's amazing. You know, on your first session.
Yeah.
You know, so that's brilliant. Really, really good. And the more you practice it, the more you'll get. And I will tell you here and now as well, you are only going to get out what you put in. So the more we put into this, the more better results we'll get.
Yeah.
Life does get in the way at times, though, and people do have to take breaks and things like that, and it's understandable. You know, you won't be able to attend every class. There will be things what get thrown in your way. You know, people have busy lifestyles. I get that. You know, it's understandable. If you're poorly, I don't expect you to work. You know, but all I'm going to say is, if you, as much as you can put in, because you will notice massive achievements. So well done, everybody, on that.
Thank you. Bev, can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah, just one moment. As we go into the weeks as well, you will start and open up more, and we will start practicing with each other. You know, so you'll soon find you will start to work very, very quickly. So sorry, Arlene, what was your question?
Oh, no, it's okay. I was just going to ask, I've never, as much as I've been in and out the classes, I've never done sitting in the power. Did I miss that at the start, how you do that?
Right, well, we'll talk about sitting in the power probably next week when we talk about guide.
Okay, oh, okay, that's fine.
All
Yep,
right,
no
so
bother.
don't worry
Yep.
about it. Sitting in the power is very much like meditating, but without being guided, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. I'll
Yeah,
make sure I put it in my diary to make sure I remember next week.
Yeah, but basically sitting in the power is just where you sit with your own self, your thoughts, and you bring your spirit team forward and they work with you. You know,
Thank
but
you.
yeah, you'll get the hang of it. You've all done amazing there. Right, Cheryl, do you want to give Gillian your link?
Can you just give me about 8-10 minutes because I'm just picking Alicia up?
Yeah, okay, no worries.
Okay.
Right then, so does anybody want the ones what I've already are already open? Does anybody want to do a quick reading or want to connect with somebody and have a practice? I'm just going to open it up a minute. Carrie Ann, I'm going to come to you for a minute. Because you're open and you've had your granddad coming in, right? I'm going to put you on the spot here, but don't panic. Don't panic. You'll find that I do this with everybody. It's not, I'm not singling you out. They'll all tell you I've done it with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah? So what I'm going to say to you is, I'm going to say to you, right, I don't know, Ellen. So I'm going to say to you, have a look at Ellen and I want you to give Ellen 3 things, no matter, just whatever first comes to your head.
Doctor. Blue.
Blue, did you say?
Blue.
Yep. And one more.
Flowers.
Flowers, yeah. Right, there we go. Right, Ellen, can you take any of those 3 things?
The doctor I just mentioned earlier was I was on Friday at the big house, and it used to be something to do with the doctor at the White Hospital. So yes, we'll take the doctor because she was connected to a doctor, this spirit that I saw. Flowers, I had a lovely bunch of flowers last week. And blue. Perhaps I need some healing.
Yeah, that's what I interpreted the blue for as well.
So perhaps I do need a little bit of healing.
Yeah. So there you go. Well done. See, they're only little snippets, but the point is, you know, you're giving it, and it's whatever comes to you. And if you feel like, as you're like looking at Ellen or talking to Ellen, you might get a name pop in your head. You might get a feeling, you know, you just might get something where you think, I've got to say this, or, you know, I'm getting so-and-so, or this is really weird how I'm picking this up, but it's like random. They're like random things, what pop in your head.
Well, in that case then, I didn't think the doctor thing was right because I think the doctor's a man. So.
Most probably was, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a case of just, you know, giving what you get come in. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get every single thing right. You know, nobody's ever perfect. It's a case then of working on it. It's a case of just, you know, sort of working on things. But that's how it starts, you know. So it's just a case of whatever you get come in, you give. And it's trusting what you're getting. There'll be a reason why you're getting that. And
then... sorry, do you think that she doubted then that she was right when she got doctor? When she says, no, it's not right?
Yeah, probably. Because that's what we do. We do doubt. We are doubting Thomases, you know, and even professional people, you know, what's been doing it a long, long time, still doubt themselves. They still have that little fraction of doubt there. You know,
it could be, you know, Ellen's got a doctor's appointment coming up, or you know,
That's what I was
somebody
just
in the
going to say.
family. Sorry,
But I
Bev.
was, no,
sorry.
you're all right. No, it's fine. You know, I don't mind. But what I'm going to say there, Carrie Ann, is like, now you gave Ellen 3 things there, yeah? So the next stage would be, what I would say to you then, after you've done that, is right, you gave Helen a doctor, yeah? What I'm going to say to you now is, why did you give Helen the doctor? For what reason? Yeah, so then you would expand. So then you would get some more information. You know what I'm saying? So why did you give Helen a doctor? Why did you give Helen the colour blue? You know, why did you give her flowers? And then it's about bringing that next part forward.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's about trusting why you've give what you've give. And then asking for more. But what we have to do, and again, as the weeks go on, you'll learn, you know, that it's about going back and asking questions. It's a two-way street. You know, we kind of, and a lot of mediums will tell you, a lot of people what's on this path will tell you, it's kind of, they just sit there and expect it to come in, you know, like, and then they'll sit there and they'll say, I'm not getting anything. And I'll say, well, are you asking? You know, it's a case of they're not, you just sit there and expect it to come in. It's a two-way street. Or they'll say to me, I'm not getting anything else. I'll say, well, have you asked for some more? No. I say, well, you're not going to get any more than I if you haven't asked. You know, so it's a case of it's a two-way street. It's like a conversation like we're having now. I'm talking to you, you're talking back. So, but what a lot of people do is just sit there and expect them to keep filling their head, filling their head, filling their head, filling their head. They're not going to unless you communicate back. So it's about finding out why, you know, why have you given that flower, you know, and things like that. But that will come with practice. You know, that will come with practice. But you got all 3 things right, and she could relate to them. So that's brilliant. So well done.
Well done.
It's really, really well done. Right, Lou, you don't like me putting you on spot, dear. So I am going to ask you first before I ask you to do it. Are you okay to give it a try?
Yeah, go.
Right, okay. Right then, you can go to Karen, I think. So 3 things for Karen. The first 3 things what come to your head.
It was quite strange actually, because when
Well, you
Karen
drunk,
was saying
Karen.
hugs, I've got romance, comfort, and joy for you, Karen.
There you go.
I've written it down. So I was like, well, I don't know, but
So you've already done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I'm
romance, comfort, and joy.
Okay. Romance is not much of that going on just now. We're both ill. Comfort I can take because we're both ill. And joy. Ooh. Not working.
Right, now I'm going to put you back on the spot at the minute now, Lou.
Okay.
So what I'm going to say to you is the word joy. You've given the word joy, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you feel with that word as you give it here?
I'm feeling it's more like joy in a life situation, like for the future kind of thing. I think it's stability.
So it's
like
something to come.
Joy, like in that sense. Am I making sense there?
You are.
Excellent.
So there you go.
Thinking that.
So it's about expanding, you know, and it's about trying to look at the words you've given and then think, well, right, okay, why have I given that word? What am I getting? What else am I feeling from that word?
So you're like happy in your life, for example, so like we work, romance, the way the outcomes going at the end of the day, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I'm thinking that's what mine does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm heading in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's joy in the future. There's like, this is peace, comfort.
Yeah. So well done.
She's going to have a dirty weekend when they're feeling better.
Yeah.
We know, Karen.
I'll keep you updated, Jill.
All right. Sorry.
No, you're all right. Right, Stuart, are you all right to do this or are you busy? Have you got little one? Right, okay, don't worry about it, it's fine.
Bev, can I just ask who's got?
Yeah.
Carrie Ann was talking about a granddad, and I'm getting a very, very strong smell of aniseed. The aniseed balls. But I'm also getting the name of Jerry and Philip and Douglas.
For
But
Kerry,
I've got
yeah.
aniseed floor. I've got aniseed balls, and it's really strong. But I can see a white paper packet with aniseed balls in, and the little barley sugars, the little yellow. No, the orange, aren't they? Those tiny little
Yeah.
barley sugars.
Can you understand that, Carrie Ann?
Are they like the old fashioned sweeties?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
The
aniseed
other
balls,
ones,
the
I
red
know.
aniseed balls. But I've got
Yeah, there's a wee
yeah.
shop. Yeah, no, yeah, I know what they are. I think. My granddad he lives near he used to live near an old fashioned sweet shop.
Right.
And every week he would go up and get them. The names, sorry, my dog was barking.
Jerry, Philip, and Douglas. Whether it's a place Douglas or there is a place called Douglas, isn't there? Whether it's a place, I don't know, but I'm just going the names Jerry, Philip, and Douglas.
I'm not too sure about Jerry. There is a,
and 2020.
I could take both of them years. There is a there is a place called Douglas in Dundee. And itself. Philip, I would have to ask about.
Yeah.
But it was more just more the smell of the aniseed. It's when, and I thought, oh, aniseed, I'd smelt that for years.
I used to go to the old sweetie shop and bring back like bags of sweeties for the wardens that worked in the sheltered housing complex.
Yeah.
That was his daily walk.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was from.
Thank you.
The name's like,
well done, Helen.
okay.
Right, Arlene, would you like a go?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Okay, right. Well, Sheila, please.
Sheila, right. So hold on a wee second. Sorry.
So it's all right. Don't worry about it. Just 3 things. What come to your mind for Sheila?
For Sheila. Okay. Get sunflowers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a church or a cathedral.
Say that again.
A church or a cathedral. She's not sure which one it is. A church or a cathedral.
Okay.
And a beach.
A beach. Okay.
Yeah.
I can take all of those.
There you go.
Oh, thanks.
Right. Do you want to try and see if you can get a little bit more with it, Arlene? So if you was to the church
yeah.
or the cathedral, what do you feel with that?
I think it's a cathedral.
You think it's a cathedral?
Yeah, I have asked and I got cathedral. And I get the name Liz.
Did you say Les or Liz?
Liz.
Les. Liz.
Liz.
Oh, Les.
L-I-S, yeah.
Les or Liz?
Liz.
L-I-S. L-I-Z even.
L-I-Z, yeah.
Yeah. So Liz.
Yeah. And I just got like an umbrella, a blue umbrella. As if it
A
just
blue
went up.
umbrella.
Yeah. And I don't know, I'm kind of seeing like a kind of like a countryside, and it's like really wet and windy, and I don't know if it's like a postcard or if it's somewhere you've been.
I can understand that. It's somewhere I've been.
Yeah, and it's like a black and white dog, like a collie dog, and I've got like a man with a green kind of waterproof jacket and wellies on, and then like a bonnet. I'm getting the name Tom.
Okay.
I got really cold there and shivery. And I've got a train. I think that's it. I think it's kind of gone now. I don't know. I just felt really upset there. I felt very cold and shivery and then upset. And yeah, it's gone, yeah.
Right, thank you, Arlene. Right, can you relate to that?
I can take the countryside,
Sheila,
and the rain and the wet.
Yeah.
I always remember a family trip out and getting out the car and stepping right into a puddle as a child, and that was it. My shoes and socks were Delamere Forest for you. The black and white dog and the name Tom and waterproof jacket, I'm not sure on. The cathedral I can take, as in Liverpool Cathedral, which was a regular outing for me growing up with my mum and dad. The beach was family holidays, and the flower, my mum bought me a plant that was blooming in flower at the weekend.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, so I could take most of that, but I was a bit unsure of this Tom, and Liz and the blue umbrella. I'm not 100% on either. I'll have to think about that one.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, the
thank you very much. Well done.
and the man, yeah, they were connected. The dog and the man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom and the dog and the waterproof jacket.
Yeah.
Were
They
they?
were-
Is he connected to Liz?
They were no. I just got that name.
No, okay. No, I'll have to think about. I'll come back to you on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
Arlene.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's lovely.
Well done.
Well done, Arlene.
Thank you.
Right, Cheryl, just let me know when you're ready and you're back.
Well done, Darling.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm just sending the child out. 1 minute. Right,
Okay.
is exiting the room. Hang on a minute. I need to put TV on pause. Leave that. It's not yours. Oh, you just hate children.
Ah,
Can I just quickly, before I come to Jillian, can I just quickly come to Carrie Ann, please?
yeah.
Yeah.
I almost got the sense that you were waiting for that for some reason. I got quite excited, rushed down my body. When we first came in, I've actually seen two people with you. I have seen an elder gent, but I saw a female as well. Now this female isn't very young, but neither is she very old. She's quite from what I got from her, she's very bubbly character. And she was kind of like just doing a little jig round your room. But then the older gent then stepped in and he's kind of like doing a little jig as well. So the gent that I saw, I believe, is a granddad. And he was very young at heart, this gent. He wanted me to sit down with slippers on and, foot cozy over it and all that kind of malarkey. That was not his style. He got down with kids. In fact, I'm hearing that he was a big kid. Children were a great excuse for him to just play about and have that fun. But you absolutely are his double. From what I could see of him, you're the female version of him.
Yeah.
But it kind of like makes me feel that he lost weight.
He did.
That makes sense, because I kind of like got a glimpse of him being well, put it this way, he wouldn't have left food on his plate kind of a guy.
No.
He liked it very much so.
He hated waste.
Yeah, it was the illness that obviously graduated with his weight. Now, he drew me to two areas of him. He drew me very much to my lower abdomen area, and I was getting a lot of pain in there. And I don't just feel it was one area. I feel like there was two areas around this lower abdomen. But then he was taking me to his lungs as well. Now, I was getting a little bit shortness of breath, but I also felt like I kind of like was trying to bring something up off my chest constantly, like I was trying to get rid of something off my lungs. When they're doing that, trying to suck it up and trying to spit it out, it was making me do that sensation.
Yeah.
And very much a cough as well with him. But he also let me know that he had quite a lot of chest infections. And it kind of like, I heard the word pneumonia as well. So there was a possibility that he would have had pneumonia. And it's just saying that he doesn't want people to focus on how he became towards the end of his passing. You've got to remember the big kid that he really was. And he's showing me that he used to enjoy playing cowboys and robbers with little boys. But then I heard that he was a great Crocodile Dundee. I'm kind of like seeing him with like something around his head and holding this knife ready to cut crocodiles. So he was calling himself Dundee's Crocodile Dundee, if that makes sense.
Oh my goodness.
Right, okay. So, you know, when you said that you got your granddad in, I thought, oh my God, she has so felt her granddad, and you have so seen him because he's there. I wasn't getting much of a connection with the female. She kind of like just came in, started doing the jig, and then the older gent just came in and did a little bit with her. But he mentions a budding footballer in the family.
Yeah.
There's a boy that absolutely loves playing football.
Yeah.
This gent gives me the sense that he likes football as well.
Yeah.
So I think he's pressing that, you know, he wants this young child to be a footballer, please. Give him every opportunity so he could do a better job at playing for England. And he, yeah, I know they did a really bad job last week. Don't even start me on that, okay? Oh, what can I say now?
Oh, wow.
Okay. He's showing me a watch. I don't know if it's a blue or a black strap. It's not like one of them gold metally type watches. Can you understand why he's showing me that? And he would have worn it on his left arm. Wrist, not arm, wrist.
I'm not sure.
Just check with that because I'm seeing it and he's then putting it on his wrist. I don't know if it's like a plasticky one, or a leathery one. It's not like a chain link kind of a watch.
No, because he got the black watch tartan strap, which is dark blue and dark green on.
Yeah.
You've
just reminded me about that. Can you understand? You know, like they would have a flat cap. I'm not wanting a flat cap. Well, I'm not showing a flat cap if he did wear one. Do you know one of these like Scotlandy checked hats, but more of like a round that look more like what you'd probably cover cakes and buns with, that kind of a shape, very loose, and it would have had something on top of it. I don't know if you would call it a bonnet. I don't know.
A tam o'shanter.
It would have been gapey at the top of your head, and then it would just, do you know? Oh, I can't explain
like a pie. Like a pie.
Yes. You know, like one of them nets that you'd cover your buns, similar shape to that. That's the best thing I can think about to refer it to. I was actually, that's what I was shown.
Yeah, tam o'shanter. That's right. The regiment got a lot of family in the army or has been in the army, and they all have wore a tam o'shanter.
Right, okay. At least I know what it's called now.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm not getting much else. It was just a confirmation for you as well, but I did want to bring him in just before I went, Gillian, just to give it a bit.
Absolutely lovely. Absolutely everything you said there. Everything. I've even got a photo. I'm going to wait to get off now and post it on the wall.
Right, okay.
He's actually got a belt around his head and a knife in his hand.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, doing a Crocodile Dundee impression. That's what he's telling me.
Yeah.
Well done, Cheryl.
All right,
well done, Cheryl.
Calling himself.
Well done, Cheryl.
As well as that, oops, Helen, you mentioned the name Douglas. The girl that came through is my cousin, and her boyfriend was Douglas. So I don't know if that.
Well, the lady I saw has brown hair.
But thank you, that was lovely. Yeah.
Where's? Thank you.
Well
done. Thank you.
There's your confirmation, Ellen. There's your confirmation on your mute, Ellen.
Oh, sorry.
So there's your confirmation on Douglas.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Well done, both of you. Right, Cheryl, you're going to Gillian now, yeah?
Yeah, please.
Okie dokie. Right, good night, Stuart. I think he's gone already, but anyway. Right, when you're ready, thanks.
Yeah, just finding her 1 minute. I'll pin her.
Yeah, Larger's life.
I'll pin you, Gillian. You know, like tail on a donkey kind of a thing.
It's fine.
Oh.
I listen to your voice for hours, honestly. It's dead soothing. It's got a lovely voice.
Well, I won't be talking for hours because I've got to go make sure my
No,
in
no.
bed. I've just when I've just said I'm gonna pin you, I got a feeling that you kind of like feeling like you felt like a bit of a pincushion of late. Have you been having quite a lot of tests recently, Gillian?
I have.
Right. Okay. So that's why they're bringing that in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something every week.
Okay. 1 minute. When I wanted to come to you before, I could see a lady in your mirror. And she's not showing herself in the mirror today. But I'm really, it's okay, you could go back, it's fine. But I'm really drawn to what I think is books on that shelf on your left-hand side.
Right.
And books is very significant with the lady in spirit.
Ah, yeah, I know exactly who you've got.
Yeah, okay. I can see her surrounded by a lot of books.
Yep.
And she loved to read books as well. Can you understand that this lady would have, I know I've just said something to carry on, but this lady would have fluctuated with the weight over the years, would have tried losing weight, she'd put it on, she'd lose weight, she'd put it on.
Yep.
Does that make sense there?
Yeah, 3 different, well, ranging from a size 12 to a 24 in the wardrobe. Yeah.
Because in her younger years, she was more of a slim build, but over the years of the later stages of her life, she was fluctuating in and out, in and out, in and out all the time, is what she was showing me. This lady has a lot of emotion towards you, Gillian, and I feel that she's quite a close link. And she was showing me that you two could put the world to rights, you could moan and groan at each other.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't see each other for months on end, you just knew that each one was the end of a phone call or an email, or you knew that you'd soon see each other as soon as you could relatively meet up. Now, she was also showing me walking. This lady seemed to like being outdoors a lot.
Yeah.
And she was showing me that she would have held like some kind of a stick, and she would have had all the stuff with her, like proper rambling walking shoes, flask of tea, because she liked being outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's also mentioning to me that there's either been a pregnancy or there's been a baby born since she's passed. Can you relate with that? In her family or around her family?
Yeah.
Right, okay. It's a little bit harder there because I'm not getting a right, full, intense, strong link. So this makes me feel that this lady hasn't been in spirit a long time.
No, not very long.
Right, okay. She also makes me feel as well that she wanted to be one to make a lot of conversation with strangers as much as what she would with those close. I won't say she had a lot of friends. She had a selected few friends where she could be open and be herself, in which you was one of them people.
Yeah.
She's got quite a bit of a reservation feeling towards her as well.
Yeah.
Is that making sense with who I've got?
Perfect sense, yeah.
Yeah. But again, now she's mentioning literature. So I don't know whether that was something she aced in or taught maybe, but literature is the word that she's given me. And again, she's referencing books again. So maybe I'm not getting something that she's trying to tell me.
I don't want to feed the medium, but at the same time,
no,
you see in books because she worked with them.
Right, okay. That's
And the
probably what
house
I
was
thinking
full.
about. You're not supposed to feed me. Oh. Has this lady come through before, Gillian? And I know we shouldn't ask questions, but I just want to see if it's me or if it's her.
She has come through before, actually, she did, yeah.
Yeah, okay, it might be me. You and this lady had been, you've known each other for a long, long time.
Yep.
Did you used to go over and visit her and actually stay over? Or you
Yeah.
used to go on like trips together?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's showing me that. Now to look at her, you'd think that like but won't Mel, you know, on first impression. She looks very you know, she wouldn't do anything wrong. She's very courteous, she's very prim and proper kind of thing. But then this lady had another side to her when you two were together. She's saying you was a bad influence on her. Do you understand why she's saying that?
I do.
Did you actually okay. She's showing me like a massive glass. I don't know if it's wine or whatever, but like you two were down these massive, I don't know if it's a cocktail or there was wine involved, but I'm also seeing like cocktail sticks as well or fancy stuff in this glass. So yeah, she possibly wasn't a drinker until she met you, is I think what she's saying. But you taught her how to let her hair down. You brought out the fun aspect in her. I get this feeling that there wasn't many people that she could turn to talk to.
I was the closest.
It's more you.
Yeah.
Now she's showing me the initial V. Can you understand the initial V?
Yeah, that's her name.
Right, okay. I know you've been a teacher because we've met and we've talked about that. But she's telling me that wasn't your first job. That wasn't your first career, was it?
No.
And I'm seeing you more in a caring profession prior to being a teacher.
I have
Or
been
is
in
this
that.
her?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
okay.
I've been in that setting before.
Yeah. She's given me the sense of your thoughts, Gillian, towards, like, how can I put this? I want to get this right, so I don't want to get it wrong. That you've had the thoughts that you wish you could have been there more. And she doesn't want you to think them thoughts.
Okay, you do beat yourself up, you know.
You do. You do. I mean, I'm not getting a sister Lynn, but I'm kind of like getting that you was very close, like sisters. Very, very close.
She used to say, this is my sister, because we've the same build, the same humour off the ball.
Yeah.
Same naughtiness.
But to look at, you wouldn't think that.
No.
A bit like you, Gillian.
Exactly like me.
Yeah. You've got plenty of skeletons in your closet. not getting much else, and my son keeps coming in downstairs looking at me as well. That's putting me off. Right, and I'm hearing the song, and I heard it earlier and I forgot about it. It's just rushed into my head. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So can you understand why I'm hearing that song being so connected with her?
Yeah.
This lady liked kind of like the elements in that sense, didn't she? Like the rainbow, the stars.
Yeah, very much so.
And she was also quite intuitive as well. She always had a really good gut feeling.
She did. I mean, she didn't use it. She left that to me, but
yeah. It's like she always had this sense that there was something there, but it was just a lot too much for her to comprehend and confuse her. So, but she always felt something different about herself. You know, it's very rare I don't get the passings, and I'm just not getting anything, and I'm asking her, can you give me something towards your passing, and she's just not giving it me at all. I can't even make it up. I'm just getting nothing at all. Just nothing. The only thing I'm getting on my physical body is I wanting to keep putting my hand towards my heart, and I feel like my heart rhythm is going out of sync. That's the only feeling I'm getting from her. Whether she's just not wanting to put it on me or she doesn't want to focus on the passing, that's the only thing I'm getting from her.
It was pretty traumatic to us both, really.
Yeah. Well, don't tell me, just in case she comes in again.
No.
Don't tell me anything about her. I'll private message you some things after this when I've sorted my son out. But she tried to come in the other Monday. Are we drawing close to this lady's anniversary?
No.
Don't tell me the month if it's wrong.
No, but it's her brother's. Not long ago, on her mother's birthday, but not her passing. No, her passing was quite recent.
Right.
Well, over a few months ago.
Right, Juliana, I'm going to leave her love with you. And she's coming in with a lot of thanks for the friendship. Did you ever used to call her like not a twin flame, but a soul sister kind of a thing? I know you always said that she always introduced each other as sisters.
Yeah.
But I just got this feeling of a soul connection with you both. And I don't know if there was a conversation. I feel like there was a conversation that kind of like took place between you both. Of how close you connected and how you could relate with each other and knew what the other person was going through, even if they didn't yet voice it.
We didn't have a deep conversation like that, but we touched on it. I mean, we finished each other's sentences as well.
Yeah. That's the feeling that she's just given me there. That's why I needed to just bring that bit in. I will have to go and leave that, and finally I've got hold of you.
Oh.
There was something else and it's gone out of my head. I forgot. If I remember, I'll private message it. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing, Cheryl. You got my friend through. Her name's Viv, so the letter V. She worked in a library, but she could never ever go to college or anything because her mum was mentally ill and she had to look after her all her life, really.
Oh, bless her.
You know, the Alecki shock treatment they used to do years ago, the mother had that, and when she was 13, Viv, and you know, there was a lot of issues with the mum, and when I used to stay, we had to try and sort her out. So I think we both grew up fast anyway, what with my childhood and hers together. The books, the house is just full of them, groaning with them. I've got some of her books there, art books, very close despite the distance, and it can be a while before we'd seen each other, but you know, I messaged her nearly every day before she died to keep her spirits up. There has been a baby in the family. Nobody, you had to really get Viv. She was a bit odd to some people, but I do weird, so you know, that's cool. And she was selective. There was a small group of us, but she was very loyal. I mean, I had this friend for 60 years.
Wow.
We were both loyal since infant school in the playground. The story behind that one was I was fat and no one would play with me, and she was fat and no one would play with her. So she come up to me and said, shall we just do this? And I said, yeah. So we linked arms and went round the playground. And that was it from that day.
Oh, wow.
She used to, I know she used to drink me school milk for me so I wouldn't heave and get smacked because I wouldn't drink it. You know, so she'd drink 2 bottles. She was great. She did confide in me.
Yeah.
And I have been in a caring setting prior to teaching, I have. And that was absolutely amazing. You know, you captured the essence of it. We had an off-the-wall, offbeat sense of humour that we both got. We both got up to some terrible things. So, yeah, thank you ever so much, Cheryl. That was brilliant.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you, Gillian.
Well done, Cheryl.
Thank you. Well done.
Well done, Cheryl. Both of them.
Well done, Cheryl.
There you go.
Yeah, no, thank you for letting me do that. I did ask Bev. I need all the practice I can get.
Cheryl, I don't know why you're panicking. You're absolutely amazing. You know, when you're giving it, it's just on point. You know what I mean? And everybody will verify that. It's just nerves. You'll be fine, honestly.
Amazing.
You will. You'll be fine. So yeah, Cheryl's got a demonstration, a first demonstration on Thursday night, and she's panicking.
No, you are good.
You'll be fine. You'll nail it.
We'll all be rooting for you, Chuck.
Yeah, definitely need some good energy sending my way and lots of spirit.
Don't worry about that. We're lining up.
So we can all sing.
Yeah, I am going to ask Cheryl's sister to do it. She did say she would.
To do what?
She's going to stream it.
I thought we were joking about that.
No, we're not joking.
I'm going to kill Jack. And who else did it on that post? It was Helen Kirby.
Amazing.
Yeah, no. Well, we're going to try. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but if not, it'll be videoed and then we can sort of play. If we have to just play sections at a time, you know what I mean? There'll be a way around it. We'll get his head around it.
Cheryl, I'll just share with you what you
There
were
you go,
saying about
look.
my granda.
I'm just looking for her. Oh my God.
There you go. Now, how much more proof can you get than that?
I don't think you've got anything to worry about then. That one and
it does look like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
He absolutely was.
Look, there you go.
With some man.
No.
So there you see, Cheryl, there's your proof.
Thank you. It's amazing to see stuff like that after you've done a reading.
It is, exactly. It's validation. It just, you know, that should, you know, relax you a little bit and think, well, yeah. You know, how much more confirmation can you get than that?
Got nothing to worry about.
No, you haven't. I've got one thing I forgot to tell you, Cheryl. Sorry. Me leading each other on. We failed our biology O-level, both of us, because we used to bunk off and go the dog and gun and have cherry beanies when it was biology, and that's why we failed it, both of us.
And all these secrets come out when she's had a G&T, don't they, Gillian?
Well, no, I haven't had one. We were only 14, but we were very well, how can I put it? We hit puberty with attitude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was the first girl to wear a bra, and we both had, well, she had a 38 bust, I had a 38 bust, and we were both bucks and wenches and looked a lot older. And the bloke in the dog and go, hello, girls. You know, yuck, yuck, yuck. And we'd just sit and have a couple of cherry bees. They call them leg openers then. And we missed our biology. And that's why we both didn't pass it first time. We had to recess.
So that's why you were getting into a pair of rebels.
Yeah, definitely. Just to give you a flavour, Cheryl.
There you go, well done.
Brilliant.
Right.
Right then, so I think on that note, and has anybody got anything else we just want to pass before we leave? I don't want to go off with it. So are we all done?
Oh, I did have 3 things for Carrie Ann. I'll be quick.
Right, go on then.
It was the gentleman with his hair like that. In fact, I was amazed when I saw the picture. It wasn't a grade 1. It was like, but it was like spiky. He showed me he crossed one leg over the other that looked like a number 4. Can you take that? And he showed me a number 4 or April, and a little beard, like a glass. It was like a brown beard. I've just been given these, so just pass on to your little beard. It's like brown glass, and an office building with waste, like on waste ground. So it must be like an industrial unit or something, but there was like space there. And they're the things I got for you. Oh, and a door knocker that looks like a pixie.
Mm.
Yeah.
You've given me number 4 before. So I'm going to need to keep a wee eye out for that.
Or it's April.
Or actually, I could take April.
Okay.
I could take April. The bead I'm not sure about yet. The industrial bit that you're talking about, I crashed my car. It was opposite his house. And I tried to drive through a fence thing, and like ended up, my car was like sea waves in the end, but that was just opposite his house, and that was, so maybe it could be that. It sounds like what you were describing.
Yeah.
But I'll keep an eye out as well for in case it's something different.
And this
so
little bit is like brown glass, orangey brown glass.
Can't think just now.
Almost like an amber colour, I think, but you know, not dark brown and not orange.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I had, so thanks for letting me give you that.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Gillian.
There you go, well done, everybody. That's absolutely amazing. I'm quite chuffed with that first class. I think they've all done absolutely fantastic.
Lovely.
They really have. So homework is to practice your energy, yeah? Practice that exercise, bring, you know, feel your own energy, and then ask your guide to step forward, in and then out, and then in and out. And remember, you know, to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth slowly, and really see, you know, you'll really get your connection, you know, as they're coming in and out. You'll get used to spirit then, you know, when they start to come through, coming in and out. And Carrie Ann, it'd be interesting to see whether your granddad comes back with that, you know, again, when you're doing it again. So just give that a practice when you can. So I'm going to say good night. God bless you all, and thank you all for coming. And I'll see you all next week. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.